I'm Melissa Francis. Welcome to Money Tonight. Let's get straight to breaking news with our market headlines. Facebook reporting its first earnings as a public company just a short time ago. The earnings largely in line with expectations, but surging costs are sending its shares tumbling after hours. The stock now on track for an all-time low. Company's conference call is set to kick off in just a few moments. We're going to have more on that in just a few seconds. Shares of critical Facebook partner Zynga are continuing their free fall after hours. Its stock dove 37% in today's session. Company reported dismal earnings and a poor outlook yesterday and got absolutely crushed. Despite the troubles in tech, the bulls roared on Wall Street today. European Central Bank President Mario Draghi pledged to protect the euro at all costs, whatever that means, and it sent stocks soaring. Surprisingly strong U.S. economic data brought even more momentum to that rally. 29 of 30 Dow stocks closed in positive territory. The blue chips gained 211 points. A good day for the bulls. Well, it's the big story of the day. Facebook shares getting smacked despite earnings largely in line with expectations. We've got a crack team helping us cover it all. Shivani Joshi and Robert Gray from Fox Business are here, and Ari Zoldan, CEO of Quantum Networks LLC, is with us as well. Guys, thanks so much for joining us. Shivani, let me start with you. Shares getting absolutely crushed. Yeah. The conference call is getting ready to start. What did you think about all this? Why are investors reacting so negatively?
Two things going on here, Melissa. One, we're continuing to see signs that the company is facing challenges in growing its overall business. That's some of the clarity that we're going to want to hear on the company's conference call. I do have some news from my sources indicating that, in fact, Mark Zuckerberg will be on the conference call. That is something we will want to, and investors will want to hear directly from him. The other thing, no guidance, no earnings guidance, no revenues guidance, no forecasts out there. Overall, just not what investors were looking for, and Facebook shares are tumbling in after hours as a result, even though, as you mentioned, they came in line with forecasts. 12 cents a share in terms of earnings per share on revenues of $1.18 billion. Keep in mind that's growth of 32%. But right now, in after hours, shares are down about 10%. Any close below this number, 25.52, would mark a brand new all-time low for Facebook shares, and we're well below that. And that's something that we're going to continue to watch as we get more and more information off of this earnings call, which I'm hearing is just starting right now. So I'll be bringing that to you all hour.
Okay, yeah, go get on that call, and we want to hear exactly what is said. Thank you so much, and come back as the news breaks. Let's bring in Ari Zoldan, CEO of Quantum Networks LLC. Thanks for helping us out on this today. You heard Shivani. Are you surprised there's no guidance?
I'm not entirely surprised. The company is very, very entrepreneurial and innovation focused. I'm not exactly
so what, they don't care about their investors?
No, that's not the issue. I think the issue is that the sector still is very young, and obviously specifically the company has a lot of growth, I think, moving forward. But in terms of in terms of whether or not this is a short or a long-term play, there's no question about it that Facebook is definitely a long-term play, and it's all normal in the grand scheme of things. So,
it's a long-term play, or is it no play at all?
No,
because
you can't say that. There's a billion.
Well, I mean,
no,
look
Melissa,
at the stock.
Melissa,
the stock is heading towards an all-time low.
It doesn't make a difference. I mean, people that are buying Facebook today, or the people that are interested in buying Facebook today, should be holding it and not should be pumping and dumping the stock. And I think that's the issue. Social media, Melissa, is here today. It's not going away.
Sure.
But
there's just lots of different outlets for it. I mean, I think investors are saying you may not need to own this stock. When do you think you would see money in this stock? I mean, how long do investors need to be patient?
I'd probably say at least another 18 to 24 months. The company's ramping up. There's over a billion people on that platform. It's only growing. It's not slowing down at all, and the innovation that's coming out of the company is just extraordinary. So, to hold the stock, to short the stock, I think is counterproductive.
I'm being told that Mark Zuckerberg's on the call. He's talking right now. Obviously, Shivani Joshi is listening, and she's going to bring us, anything important he has to say. What would you ask him? What do you want to hear from him tonight?
I think you brought up an excellent point, Melissa. I would talk about the leadership. I would talk about the whole hoodie fantasy, and a sweatshirt, and what's going to happen in the next 2 to 3 years. Is he going to bring it?
What's the hoodie fantasy and the sweatshirt?
Well, I mean, he comes, he rings the bell, he's this kid that, walks on there, he has his candy bar. The question is, I think, when there's, substantially a lot more money, and obviously the company's market cap is, I think, is about $60 billion. Well, what happens when that grows? Is he still going to be, showing up in a t-shirt and sweatpants? And that's yet to be seen, though.
Wears?
I think it's important for the investors that have billions of dollars parked into the stock. I think it's important. I don't think it's everything, but they're definitely, I think the.
Do you think investors would feel better about this stock today if he had a better outfit on? We don't know what he's wearing. He's on the call. He could be wearing anything. I mean, he could be in his pajamas. We've got no idea.
Might very well be, or in his bathing suit. Better
yeah.
Yet. But.
I mean, let's get to a
ahead.
more serious question. Mobile apps. I mean, this is the thing that everybody's been worried about, is them making revenue off Facebook going mobile. What question would you have about that? What do you want to see from that part of the business?
I really would like to ask Mark specifically what new products are coming down the pipeline. I'd love to see their R&D team. I'd love to speak to their innovators in the company and say, hey, what does the company look like in 6 months? What does it look like in 18 months? Where are you going to be generating additional revenue from? That's what I'd be interested in.
Let me read you some of the quotes of other things that people have said about this so far in reaction to earnings. Advertising revenue came in a little bit better than expected. Payments were lower. But that's expected given what happened to Zynga. A lot of people queuing off what happened to Zynga yesterday.
Zynga's a little bit different. And again, this is an entire, I call it, there's Main Street, there's Wall Street, and then there's Social Street, what I call. And Social Street is it's an entire new industry. So of course there's going to be fluctuations in the stock. There's going to be a lot of questions out there. But overall, is there going to be a number 2 to Facebook or a number 3? Probably not. I mean, you walk down the shopping malls today, and every single product has a little Facebook icon on it. So that's not going away, and that's advertising that Facebook is not paying for.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at the closing price right now. In after-hours trading, I mean, we're seeing that this is down about 10%. Why do you think?
But why is that such a concern? Why is that such a concern for people that are holding? People are holding the stock. If people believe in Facebook,
hold the stock, you lost 10% of your money since the close. I think people would be upset about that as an owner.
Again, I think people have to look at these companies as a long-term play. Again, this is not a pump and dump. I don't think, especially speculators out there betting on social media and shorting it, I don't think is good for the economy. You take a piece of Facebook, you hold on to it, though.
Why are they selling? What's
people
the negative
scared.
reaction?
It's like, I think people are very, very scared. I think the questions are out there. Well, will Facebook be around in 18 months? Will there be a number 2? My bet is probably not, and I think Facebook is going to continue to build traction.
Okay, the CEO right now is saying that they are investing heavily in improving mobile apps. That's what Mark Zuckerberg is saying right now. What do you think about that?
I think it's great. I think it's not only the future, but it's here today.
Okay. All right. Thanks for coming on.
My pleasure.
We appreciate your time.